this time a year ago, like you said, most people didn't even know who Cam Smith was. And now I'm seeing projections, and he's regarded as maybe the best defensive back, or at least one of the best in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good case study, right? He's kind of one of them. We see it every offseason with some of these guys. And I remember not too long after the national championship game, I actually started this process in late December. I was ranking, the top returning players at every position in college football. And with Cam Smith looking at the cornerbacks, there's some good cornerbacks in college football. I put him at number 2 behind only Eli Ricks, formerly of LSU, transferring to Alabama. I thought he was that good of a prospect. People didn't like that at first. It wasn't Cam Smith's time to shine at that moment. But Cam Smith, kudos to him. And I think this says a lot about who he is as a player. He was pissed that he wasn't number 1, right? I mean, he wanted to be the best one. I think he sent out a tweet about it too. But that's the type of player he is, right? He reminds me a little bit of J.C. Horn. Obviously they're different players, but just kind of the way they play the game, they have that, that dog mindset, right? They're going to get in your grill. They're not going to allow you to get open. I mean, they're going to play with that, physicality and more than enough of the requisite of that. That's just kind of the type of player he reminds me of. And you look at what he did this past year. I mean, he had pretty astonishing lockdown numbers, when he was on the field, kind of like what JC did up until the point where he left. So, that I think it's like I said, it's just been an interesting case study, his rise over the last few months without playing it down to football. I think a lot of people just kind of sometimes look at the helmet. You can kind of see who's doing that, but he was one that's been a PFF darling from the get-go, all throughout the season, one of our highest graded cornerbacks in college football. And he's one where, you look at the grade, it's one of the best. You go watch the tape, he's one of the best. You can the tape verifies that. There's no doubt about that. So, he's definitely one of the best returning cornerbacks. Honestly, there's an argument to me maybe he should have been number 1. It's kind of splitting hairs between the two. And even, I think you look at the rest of the returning pack, maybe he could be number 3, but I think he's firmly a top 3 cornerback nationally. He's more than proven that.